Hey, what's going on, my guys, my wrestling friends? What's going on? How y'all feeling today, tonight? My second live. But we're going to talk about Bobby Lashley. He speaks out after quitting WWE. And Triple H, he responded to some of the rumors. You know how Triple H do. Spoken and spun like a true politician. But we're going to talk about it tonight. I got my guy, Toxic Ring Scandals, a.k.a. KDH. Also, my guy over at the Red Carpet Ring. So we're going to talk about this today, my guy. How you feeling tonight?
Feeling good, man. Just finished watching the episode of SmackDown. Setting up for SummerSlam next week. I'm ready for that. Speaking of which, I actually talked about this whole Bobby Lashley issue myself at Toxic Ring Scandal, aka KDH. A nickname at the locker room, but other than that, though, I'm feeling good. It's just some very interesting things they've been saying about Bobby, and I'm ready to discuss this whole thing. This is crazy, though, man. I definitely got my thoughts on this whole Bobby Lashley issue. And something I want to point out though, I'm definitely starting to see the flaws under Triple H's leadership.
Yep,
So,
yep,
hmm
yep, yep. Yep, yep. Triple H, he got a fixed mindset. He's one of those, he got a fixed mindset. And you said it the other day on your show. You said it best the way you worded it. If you don't fit in that man's puzzle and his already fit picture, he struggles to improvise and he struggles on inserting you into his long-term booking. And it's crazy.
yeah. It's simple. Triple H has a puzzle, and the puzzle represents the storyline and the characters. And if you're not if you're a piece of the puzzle that does not fit in the puzzle, he tries if it doesn't fit right perfectly, he's not gonna try to figure you in. He's not gonna try to maneuver it. He's gonna leave you out completely.
That's a fact. So for those of you that might not know what we talking about, let's play some of the reportings. All right. This reporting is from. Hold on, give me a second. This reporting is from Whiffin. Whiffin. Y'all go check them out. Whiffin.
Bobby Lashley has spoken out after it's been revealed he's leaving WWE. Word emerged over the weekend that Bobby Lashley's WWE contract is expiring in the near future, with him said to have been removed from the company's internal roster. An insider had some additional information on Bobby's status, as well as that of his former manager MVP. WWE reportedly offered Bobby a new contract, but Bobby wasn't overly excited by the details and is expected to depart. As for MVP, his current deal is set to end in mid-August, with no major discussions about bringing him back thus far. There had previously been talks about using MVP as an announcer or producer, but neither of those plans materialized. It's believed that both Bobby and MVP will generate interest from outside companies following their departure. The two were previously key members of the Hurt Business, a popular WWE faction that many fans felt was broken up prematurely, and the group could see a return outside of the promotion. Though the Hurt Business name is trademarked by WWE, there would be nothing stopping a company like AEW from utilizing the group under a different moniker. The Hurt Business also included Shelton Benjamin, who was released from his WWE contract last year, as well as Cedric Alexander, who is still with the company. The news of all of this comes after Triple H and heads at WWE have been accused of being racist to black wrestling stars, particularly MVP. Because of this, it is rumored this is one of the reasons why they're not coming back, and now Bobby himself has spoken up about his departure from WWE. He did this by commenting online underneath screenshots of articles detailing him leaving. In Bobby's comment about this, he said, "All I'm gonna say is don't take everything you read online as a fact. So much goes on that the people will never know." A lot of people came to the conclusion that this comment is alluding to the racism he received behind the scenes. One fan said, "Bobby's comment is super cryptic. Is he just trying to downplay the news, or is there more to the story? I'm leaning towards the latter, especially with those accusations about racism. It's messed up if that's true." Another fan said, "Man, I'm bummed to see Bobby go. The Hurt Business was one of my favorite factions, and he's always been a solid performer. Hopefully he finds finds a good spot somewhere else where they actually appreciate his talent. And finally, one more fan said, not surprised to be honest. Their booking has been lackluster lately, and it seems like a lot of talent isn't happy. Plus, with all those rumors about the company's treatment of black wrestlers, who can blame them for wanting out? For this video's comment question, do you think Triple H should be fired because of his racism accusation? Before you go,
That's where we come in at, fellas. That's the question of the day. But before we begin, we got my guy Zilla. Zilla, what's going on? Y'all don't forget, go check him out. Zilla, he talks about wrestling over at his channel as well. So y'all go check him out. So Zill, I'm gonna start with you, Zill. Do you think Triple H should be fired, set down, or like what do you think of what do you think about the booking right now, especially with the African American stars?
With the booking, man, I like the booking. You know what I mean? The exact booking, but like some of the direction of the characters. But to straight up answer the question, no, and here's why. Wrestling always been a good old boy system, man. Like it won't no different when Vince was in there. Like take for example the Hurt Business, right?
Right.
That was an MVP idea. That wasn't a Vince McMahon thing. That wasn't a Triple H thing. The Hurt Business, they never gave a fuck about the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business wasn't supposed to get over, but it did. And as soon as it did, they scrapped the shit. You know what I mean? They broke them up. They put Cedric and fucking Shelton in a tag team, in a mid-card tag team, and they really did nothing with them. Then when they broke them apart, nothing, you know what I mean? Then they put MVP with Omar just because it's another black dude for him to manage, you know what I mean? And then MVP been wanting to wrestle this whole time, and they just keep on like not letting the brother get in the ring. But straight up to answer the question, nah, he shouldn't be fired, but maybe sat down like you say and, you know, had a talking to. But we can't say that they don't give black wrestlers the push. I mean, Bobby was the champion. He was the U.S. champion. He was the world champion. You know, he was always in a good spot. He went against Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like Goldberg, I think. Yeah, man, he always in a good spot there. So I mean, nah, I like Triple H as a booker, man. I mean, wrestling just always been that good old boy system. I mean, back when Triple H had that feud with Booker T, you seen how he played Book. So I mean, it might be some like a lot of racial undertones there, but I don't think it's really gonna change, man.
I agree with you, and for my guys, for my viewers, good old boy sport, like kind of like football. If you notice, wrestling is not ready to be basketball. It's not ready to be the NBA yet. You know what I mean? And we know it's scripted television. We know if we going off of sheer athleticism now, stronger, faster, more athletic.
Now, brothers would be the champion all the time. You know what I mean? If that was the case.
And that's where the lines get blurred in the good old boy sport.
And also their excuse for not pushing black wrestlers back in the day was that black people don't support the product. You know what I mean? So that was why. But now they can't use that excuse. They know niggas, they know we support the product. We at the shows, we buy the merch. We might buy the video games, or we watching the product. We there. So now they'll throw you a bone every now and then and give a guy like Kofi Kingston a championship run, knowing that they really don't want him to be in that spot. And then when they get ready to pull the plug on him, he gets squashed in 2 seconds, you know, by Brock, and get the belt up off him, and back to the bottom of the line you go. And there you go.
That's crazy. Now we got my guy Turnbuckle King. What you feel about the Triple H and the booking in this whole Bobby Lashley situation?
First off, salute to the Chad and Zilla. What's up? Salute to you, bro.
What's happening, my guy?
Well, here's the thing with Bobby, and I think Bobby fell victim to this, and I've seen a lot of wrestlers fall in this category. Bobby got popular in 2021. That's the year he won the WWE Championship. He won it right after Miz cashing his second Money in the Bank on Drew McIntyre with the help of Bobby Lashley. I threw that story in there. Bobby was the henchman for the Miz. He gets his title shot. So when Bobby won the title and got his push, he did that under Vince, as you guys stated. But if you notice, the guys that got pushed under Vince was just starting to get rise. They kind of got caught in the middle when they was changing regimes, going from Vince to Triple H. And a lot of people benefited, a lot of people didn't. And I think that's what Bobby fell under. If the regime had stayed under Vince, Bobby would still be pushed, and we would have got a Vince. I'm sorry, Brock versus Bobby Part 3 that we missed out on. We were supposed to get that, we didn't.
Right.
And this even before the allegation with Brock Lesnar, the whole situation got caught in, they still didn't run that, or maybe they was trying to. But the booking with Bobby Lashley, like I said, Bobby fell under the whole. You either Team Triple H or Team Vince, and Bobby was Team Vince. So I think that's what he fell under. And when he fell under that, Triple H, he didn't really push those people under Vince.
That's a fact.
They got lost in the shuffle.
You're right. And touching on that, right? You bring a good point up, because now when you think about it. Who did they use to get? Who did they use? Who did Vince use? Who did Vince think was so disposable and used to get Bobby over? And Triple H ended up losing. Ricochet. They made Ricochet look bad getting that hurt business over. Yeah. Every week, Ricochet was getting that hurt business over, and Triple H ended up losing both. All that work you put getting Ricochet over, you end up losing Bobby, the person you got over, and Ricochet. So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a good point that you bring.
And then another thing,
Ricochet was supposed to be part of the hurt business, but they wouldn't give him Ricochet.
I heard about that.
They said he could have either Cedric or Ricochet. He couldn't have both. So they took Ced because he needed the help more than Ricochet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ced wasn't doing nothing. And another thing about the Hurt business, they fell in the crosshairs of the Bloodline, the rise of the Bloodline. It was not going to let the Bloodline and the Hurt business of brown skin. Let's keep it real, brown skin of a faction. Only be one dark skin of a faction, and it ain't gonna be Bloodline. I mean, it's gonna be Bloodline, nobody else. I think if Bloodline was not existing, I think her business would have rose more. If you need a stable, so they kind of.
I ain't even never think of it like that. You right, bro. They ain't want to have a Samoan stable and then a black stable.
I would say if her business had rose, Bloodline would have took a back seat to the Hurt business. They would have took a back seat, because think about it. Roman was this is when he would start to enter his brand new part-time contract. Bobby was on the rise. MVP rises another Paul Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Coincidentally, Paul Heyman's on the Bloodline. And then Serge Alexander with tag team champs, as you showed in that photo. So I think if they had rose more and more popularity, Bloodline would have looked foolish. They would have took a back seat. And WWE did not want that, because Bloodline, we all know, was selling merchandise like crazy, and they was getting a lot of TV airtime. So they couldn't allow that. So
that's a super fact. Plus the fans would have forced them to have that on Bloodline versus Hurt business feud. They would have forced them to do that.
Yeah.
And they could have did that at War Games and made money off that.
Yeah, they could have.
But they planning War Games to be this Bloodline versus Bloodline. So there goes that
Civil War.
Yeah. And that's where Triple H booking sometimes come into, because he be so far ahead of the time that if it's a wrestler that's not being used, don't fit in that so far ahead of the time, they're just gonna get wasted. They're gonna get wasted.
True.
They're doing that long term booking.
So now, guys, go ahead.
Well, you asked me I think you asked me if Triple H should get fired, and I would say no, he shouldn't. He shouldn't get fired. He should reevaluate how he do things, kind of similar to what Zilla said, reevaluate him. Like, hey, great job, but, You can't just keep everything in a system. See, Triple H is making everything a system. All these wrestlers are systems players under his
Yep.
particular system. And if you're not under Triple H's system, if you go somewhere like AEW or TNA, you may not rise the same way like you did under Triple H's system. See, Triple H is smart. He's forcing the wrestlers to be like, you can only thrive under my system. You go somewhere else, you may get more money, you may even get more airtime, but you won't thrive the same way. You keep that system player similar to NFL and NBA be doing it. So I see what he's doing. Very smart.
Very smart.
Yeah,
That's
but
like that
yeah,
Greg Popovich system. That's that
Exactly.
Kawhi Leonard effect right there, bro. You
Yeah,
good
that's
in
exactly what it
Toronto, you good, but you not good outside of Toronto.
is. Mm-mm. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, if Ricochet, for example, go to AEW, he ain't gonna get nowhere near push the same way Triple H will use him. He will get underutilized even worse than Vince did.
Yeah, he gonna be like Darby
yeah.
Allin. He gonna be hanging off his
Yep.
stuff. He's just gonna be a human test dummy. He gonna be a human crash dummy over there in AEW.
What's gonna happen with him over there? The first couple of weeks, they'll give him a push and they'll celebrate him the first couple of weeks. Then next thing you know, he'll just kind of fade into and just be another guy on the roster, like everybody that come from WWE. But one thing
Now,
I want to piggyback on about that system y'all talking about with Triple H, man. One gripe I do got about him is all the NXT call ups, man. It's like if that's his baby and those his guys. Like he calling up a lot of them NXT people that, in my opinion, they ain't ready to be on TV just yet. Like I ain't
I
really feeling
say
it. The
that.
Lyra
Yeah.
Valkyrias and
Good,
the
good point, son.
all them new people. Like, bro, it's people that is ready to be on TV, but they still down there doing the same old shit. And then it's a lot of people that they rushed up to the roster because they Triple H babies, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that's
this is
that
my
hot shot
problem.
booking too. They be
Yeah,
following this crowd and this new
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
IWC, this new audience. Man, they frickle and they flip floppy. And 1 minute they want the title on this person, the next minute they want the title on that person. Like, can we let it rock? Like, god damn.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to see this one on the main roster. I want this to like, yo, that one just won a match. She won one match. Like the next person I hear that say they want to see Roxanne Perez on the main roster,
Yeah, I'm
I'm a
just tired of
violate.
hearing
Like,
that.
bro,
Y'all just
she
still
is not
making
ready.
face.
She's gonna sit
Yeah,
around
she's
and
still making
catering.
face. And then this is my problem with the whole
I don't know. I
call.
think Roxy might be ready. She more ready than that Lyra Valkyria chick.
No,
Now
Lana
I
Rose
think
is
it's
solid.
room for one or the other. It's room for one or
Yeah,
the other. Lyra is kind of smooth to me. I like the way
yeah,
she
she's
moves.
smooth in the ring. I would say
I
Roxanne is
must
more
been
of a
seeing the wrong matches because I saw botch. You
well,
know what I mean?
Roxanne, she kind of stumbles in some of her matches. She stumbles. I have noticed that. I
And
noticed
I
that with
and I
Roxanne.
seen Roxanne on the Indies. I ain't see the Lyra Valkyria chick. I think Roxanne she good to go. Trained by Booker T.
She
Yeah, I like
is.
Roxanne for
Just
real.
need a little more time. I would say give her another 6 months.
Yeah,
She's
my thing
almost
with
there.
like I would love to see Roxy
I
up
go
there.
ahead. I would have pulled her up right then. Like instead of putting the NXT title back on her, that would have been her last match in NXT, and I would have brought her on up.
But there was no fuse for her right now. Unless you, like I
Mm-mm.
said, unless you take Valkyra off and then pull up Roxanne, because there's only room for
Yeah,
one call up.
I wouldn't have called up the Valkyria chick. She would have stayed down there and got more familiar.
Well,
I would have bring Roxy on up though.
yeah.
Man, we got my guy, Unhinged Main Event Fro. Salute my guy and welcome to Figure 4 TV.
What's up?
Man, we just chopping it up. We talking about Bobby Lashley and how I think Triple H fumbled this bag right here. There's always a spot for a wrestler with the athleticism and the skill of Bobby Lashley.
Hell
Oh
There
yeah,
yeah.
is
yeah. He definitely dropped the ball on Bobby, but I think I don't know if not for sure if his age got something. Cause Bobby is in the 50s, right?
No,
mm-hmm.
he 47.
47,
47.
48.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
upper 40s.
that's
I
old
think
And
for a wrestler though.
Triple H trying to get out with the old and in with the new.
Yep. The TKO been doing that since they took reigns. Guys, Triple H spoke on this, and I got the clip. So let's listen to what Triple H had to say on this.
All right.
It seems like a few deals are running down. There's sort of a few words about potential departures. You know, rumours of Bobby Lashley MVP going around. Is there any sort of update you can give us on that?
No, you know, look, just like any sport, any business, talent. We sign talent. Talent contract runs out. We release talent. It's just part of the process. So it's an ongoing thing.
He always stuttering and stammering over his words when he ain't telling the truth, man. You can always
Spoken and spun like a true politician.
He says that every press conference. He says the same thing.
Yeah, he do that at the press conferences a lot.
Yeah, when they asked about Drew Gulak, he said the same thing. We signed out to renew his contract. Happens all the time. And then he always bring out the NFL and NBA. Like, we ain't talking about those sports. We talking about WWE, pro wrestling. We ain't talking about the one of major four sports. We talking about WWE. But it's a script, man.
Absolutely a script. Yo, guys, before I get into a list, because I got a list of everything that happened, a little briefing of Bobby's career, but I got it up until the point he came back. I mean, I didn't got the TNA run, and I ain't got that first run, but I focused in on a couple of events that took place in his career, 12 events on his way back that kind of ruined them. Some were good, some were bad.
I already know what you about to say, man.
You know what I mean? So we gonna talk about it. But Cody spoke about something. Cody spoke about Bobby leaving, and I think it was very interesting. You know, being that Cody is the heavyweight champion right now. And I don't see why they ain't have a feud right there. That would have been a great feud for us to see, Cody versus Lashley.
Right.
Instead of that, even I would have did that before I did the Cody versus AJ.
I think they had a match in TNA before, though, if I ain't mistaken. When Cody had his brief little run in TNA with him and Brandy, he still had the black hair and shit. I think he had a match with Bobby.
Oh, he did? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I believe like 2017. It was in the 2010s when Cody, when he left WWE, was on his little run when he was, I think he was G. I forgot that Global Force Wrestling bullshit that Jeff Jarrett had. Cody was the champion.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Global Force Wrestling.
Global Force Wrestling, yeah. And him and Bobby, they had a match like an interpromotional joint where Bobby was maybe the TNA champion or something. But yeah, it was a while back. But I think they did have a match.
All right, guys. So we going back to my guy Whiffin over there at the Whiffin channel. Y'all go check him out.
Cody Rhodes has reacted to Bobby Lashley no longer being a part of the WWE roster. Bobby has made headlines recently after sources have announced that he is no longer a part of the internal roster of the company. It's a sad time for Bobby, who has been part of the company for 19 years. He made his debut in 2005, and during his time in the promotion, he became two-time champion and had one of the most memorable runs of the modern era as part of the Hurt Business. Bobby's contract is set to be up within the month, and there has been no news about a new deal yet. Bobby has only wrestled on TV 5 times this year, and it is said that he has not been part of the creative plans since the spring. Bobby has stated that he will continue wrestling regardless of whether he re-signs with the company or not. Fans are speculating which promotion he could find himself in, but it's too early to tell. MVP has also been removed from the internal roster, despite both men still appearing on the website roster. Fans are speculating that it could be because of MVP's rant about Triple H after he denied a Hurt Business reunion. Fans desperate to see the team reunite can rest assured, though, after a source stated that the Hurt Business could reform under another promotion if they are all out of the company. Now Cody has even reacted to Bobby no longer being part of WWE anymore. He left a comment on Instagram underneath a post on Bobby no longer being in the roster. In Cody's comment, he said, "Bobby has been an inspiration to me for so many years. He's someone I really look up to, wishing him the best for his bright future." It's heartwarming to see Cody come out and support Bobby like this. It seems to be an unlikely pairing, but that is just because of what's shown on screen. Off-screen, it seems as though Bobby was a very well-liked character in the dressing room, and many wrestlers have come out to publicly show their love for him after the news broke. One fan said, "I'm not surprised by Cody's comment. He's always been a class act and seems genuinely supportive of his fellow wrestlers. It's great to see him acknowledging Bobby's impact on his career and wishing him well." Another fan said, Honestly, I think this is a good move for Bobby Lashley. He deserves better than being underutilized by the company. I hope he finds a promotion that truly appreciates his talent and gives him the spotlight he deserves. Maybe a Hurt Business reunion in AEW? For this video's comment question, do you think we will see a Hurt Business reunion? Before you go...
Now that's the question of this round right here, guys. So I'm gonna start off with you, TBK. Do you think we'll see a Hurt Business reunion on another brand?
Yeah, because Sean Benjamin, they already teasing they gonna AEW, and Bobby and MVP already knows it's not gonna be with WWE no more. And then remember Cedric Alexander, now he's still with WWE, but they shipped him down to NXT. He ain't really doing nothing, and I think they just feeding him off, to Trick Williams, like he lost this past Tuesday. And I think he's going to eventually leave whenever his contract expires or whatever happens. You pretty much know at this point, if you can read between lines, that Cedric's going to be gone. He's not going to be around. Because he was on SmackDown last time I checked. Then next 2 weeks ago, we see him on NXT now. So I would say a reunion is very, very much possible. Now will it have the same effect as it did before? That remains to be seen. It won't be called Her Business because of the trademark name. I don't know what they're gonna call it because they ain't gonna have the same name. But I just don't see how that will work in AEW. They're overloaded with a whole bunch of stables. I got that crappy The Elite. I got the Dark Order, and the House of Black. I don't know how that will work. How it will be booked. I don't know if they'll be on Collision or Dynamite. Or they go back to TNA. TNA, to me, I think is a better option. They had history there. That's actually how Bobby and MVP got first aligned with each other. They chemistry started at TNA. They weren't calling Her Business.
Good point.
Managing Bobby and TNA. So I think they go back there. But I don't see how it works in AEW. I think it will be a fail to go over there. Just the way they book their talent. So.
Man, you on point. Unhinged, what you got, my guy? You think they're gonna see a reunion?
We most definitely gonna see a reunion, but we ain't gonna see it in AEW. Right now, what WWE is doing is they doing your enemy and my enemy is our enemy. So most of the talent that's being released from WWE is signing with TNA. So it's still in cohesion with each other.
That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
That makes sense. Zilla, what you got for us, my guy?
Yeah, I was basically both of the guys pretty much touched on what I was gonna say, because the Beatdown Clan was in TNA. That ain't nothing but the spinoff to the Hurt Business. So them cats, I think they gonna reunite for sure, but I think it's also gonna be in TNA. If they go to AEW with it, they gonna put a new member in there, because it'll be a while before Cedric get future endeavor, but that's the writing on the wall for him. He gonna be released soon enough. They're gonna do another round of cuts, and his name will be in there. I ain't wishing it on the brother, but that's his fate, man. He'll be future endeavor, but he'll probably be okay because he's a good wrestler. You know what I mean? He actually will fit in with AEW, in my opinion. You know, he got that style.
But Zell, you can't forget his wife have beef with AEW. His wife gets swole.
That's true. That's true. She went on and had a bunch of, it was some racist shit that she put on them. So I mean,
right. It's like you running from
Tony Khan. Don't push brothers either.
Right.
He was forced to push Swerve. You know what I mean? Because the fans demanded that shit.
And Trick, and he knew where we was going. He knew Trick. Matter of fact, we put the strap on Trick before they put the strap on Swerve.
Yeah, they followed what AEW was doing. They said, we got a motherfucker with dreadlocks, a black dude down here, so we can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically did that. But yeah, with Swerve, look how they book him in AEW. They don't even treat him like the champion. Like a lot of times,
that War Games was pitiful. That was
I
a
don't really
pitiful.
get that War Games. That mess is so trash.
that blood and
Blood and
guts.
guts.
Yeah,
I ain't
blood
even
and
see
guts.
blood and guts, but I heard about it.
I
You
missed it
ain't
too.
missed nothing. You
The
haven't
ending
missed
was
nothing.
so super
Trash.
Yeah, I heard it was some
Cringe.
underperforming.
bullshit at the end, man. Like where he was gonna hit him with something, and the dude just quit or some bullshit like that.
He said he put the gas on him, he put the lighting fluid on him, and then he fronted like he was gonna set him on fire, and it was just so slow. It was just so not believable. It was just trash, super
Oh yeah,
trash.
Jack Perry. They were gonna set him on fire again.
Mm-hmm. But
And
guys,
instead of
It's
getting
so
Jack,
cringe.
okay.
what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna throw out a scenario. We're gonna go in order. I'm gonna throw out a scenario and ask you guys how y'all feel about that scenario, that particular era of Bobby Lashley's comeback tour. All right, so we're gonna start with you, my guy Zill. How did you feel about his whole debut? Because remember, he debuted the night after Mania, and he had attacked Elias. So how did you feel as that being his comeback, and what do you think about the booking on that?
I liked it when he returned, but that booking of that initial return, man, that shit was trash. I'm talking about the pairing with Leo Rush, that Bobby Lashley and my sisters bullshit.
We gonna
And
get to that. We gonna get to
and
that. We gonna get to
and
that.
that
Just
goddamn shit where he kept bending over and playing with his ass and like, man, what the fuck are they doing with this guy? Like I thought they were gonna completely ruin him and bury him, but then they kind of bounced back with that hurt business. The hurt business brought him back. You know what I mean? So yeah. What was the
so that
initial question, man?
the his initial night back, the night
Oh,
after
okay, yeah. The
WrestleMania
way
with
he
Elias.
re-debuted, yeah, I was
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
with him attacking Elias or whatever. I didn't really like Elias.
Facts. Elias was that crash test dummy. Everybody get to beat up because the crowd just. So
Blew the
now,
shit out of him.
where he was Dominique before Dominique.
Exactly.
Now, main event Fro. After that Elias whole introduction and that little mini feud, they teamed him up with Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman. What do you feel about that? They teamed him with those guys so that the audience can get to know him again, reintroduce him to the fans, because those was the good guys at the time. What do you think about that booking scenario? Should they have let him run rampant without friends, without getting to know people, without help?
Yeah. Like I mean, Bobby Lashley was capable of doing it solo.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with the manager. But then there was right before he got a manager, right? Leo Rush.
Yep, that was right. That was right before that. That was right
Okay,
before. That was a
yeah,
little bit
right,
before that. Right before that, right? No, no,
right,
yeah,
and
right before that. That was right before that. You're right. That was right before that.
right. Yeah, so I mean, he was thriving then. It just, I mean, the shit was fun. It was more comedian than seriousness, you know. But yeah,
Right.
Bobby Lashley can thrive on his own, man, just with a good manager like MVP.
Facts. Now, KDH, Turnbuckle King. That Sami Zayn feud was next, bro. I think that Sami Zayn feud hurt him. I still think he ain't never recovered from that Sami Zayn feud. How you feel about that Sami Zayn feud? Preferably that segment they had with his sisters, and Sammy had the males in there with the wigs on.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was so cringe. Yeah, I think it did ruin him, and I think that shortly before he entered the storyline with Lana, that really took him down too.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh
he was
man,
kissing
yes,
her.
we gonna get to that. That's a couple more
Yeah,
steps up.
yeah. I think it's soon. And I heard he voiced his opinion. He said, "I'm not doing this Lana thing no more. I'm done with this. I better be booked as a monster." I heard
Yeah, that's why they scrapped it.
yeah, they
Yo,
scrapped it. Yeah.
how weird is that?
So
How weird is that I got the interview and I'll play that a little bit later. That Rikishi just spoke up about them doing that same similar angle with Jey Uso, who's another
Yeah.
character that they fit in the waist. And
Yep.
that's only because they didn't create the Yeet. They didn't expect the Yeet to get over. They wanted the Yeet
Yep.
man to just be Roman coattail holder, and the man got himself over.
There you go. Anything they didn't think of, it can't get over. They got to figure out a way to fuck it up.
They always do that. I can't stand when WWE does that. They got to come with everything. You don't have to.
No. Yo, Katie, did you touch on that Sami Zayn feud? That shit was so trash. KDH wanted to skip over that joint.
Yeah, he ain't even
the Sami Zayn feud. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, ain't that right after he had turned a heel? Ain't that like rap? Because he got with Leo Rush and he became heel. That's his first feud as a heel. Yeah, the thing about it was Sammy. They was pushing Sammy way over than him. I'm like,
Sammy. No, that feud with him and Sammy, he was straight good. He was still good. He was high good.
He was
He was heavy good guy.
Right?
He was heavy.
Yeah.
Sammy was heel. Sammy was corny heel, cringy heel.
After Backlash. That was after the Backlash. Okay. He I know he beat him at Money in the Bank, but it's like it didn't do nothing for him. He beat him too. I'm like, it didn't do nothing for him. Because it's like it was a short-lived feud, and they had a Money in the Bank match, and then he went straight to competing for the title. He had to fight Roman Reigns for #1 contendership. So I didn't get that. It was a quick feud. They just ran through it. It really was a rush feud. That's why there's not much to talk about because it was no proper build storyline because he had just teamed with remember he had just teamed with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, they teamed. They was team.
I'm like, how's this build? I know that he wasn't just Kevin and Sammy, with the tab. I'm like, we still need a proper build. It's like it was thrown together. You could tell it's thrown together. I didn't like that.
Remember, it was a spinoff because he had just teamed. I think that at that event you mentioned, it was him and Braun Strowman against KO and Sami Zayn. Yeah,
that was at Backlash. They won.
Yeah,
him and Braun won that match. And
right.
It was like
because you know what it was? That segment, the backlash that they got from that segment, they wrapped that feud on up. That segment was friendship, the stories, that whatever they call that joint, that was so cringy. And they tried to copy off of, who was it, Bailey? Somebody had a segment like that. That was like that's probably still
Jericho,
one of the
Jericho KO friend with Jericho.
No. Where they brought out people in their childhood and
that's The Rock. You talking about The Rock? This is your life.
The Rock. Yeah, that's who they tried to recreate that segment. That was a very successful segment.
With his sisters, right?
Yeah, with his sisters, with Bobby Lashley's sisters, who was transgentlemen. They was transgentlemen. They was dressed in the ring.
Man.
That was nasty work.
Yeah, Max Caster. And then what's so bad about the same I was gonna say too. Did you know that match at Money in the Bank was only 6 minutes, bro? I'm like, why even have this match? That was a squash.
Yeah, that's a squash, man.
Yeah,
now you mentioned somebody's name in there. You said Matt Cassidy. You gotta elaborate. You gotta elaborate.
Max Caster is one.
That was Max Caster in drag.
Yep.
Yeah, one half of the Acclaimed in AEW. He was. He just talked about an interview. Yeah, he was one of the sisters. I didn't know that was him. I ain't real. I'm like, that was him. Yep.
I might have to go back and watch that shit.
That shit is crazy. It's crazy. Man, so now who we up to? All right. So now that leads us to, you mentioned it, you touched on it. Now, how do you feel, Zilla? It's your turn. How do you feel about that #1 contenders match with Roman? Because that right there got his name back. He got his name back with that.
Yeah, I like that booking. It was basically getting back to, him being him. It wasn't doing all that haha and all that. all that bullshit. He was still with Leo Rush at that point, though, right?
Nope. He didn't get with
Yeah,
Leo
see,
yet. He was
huh?
Dolo. He was Dolo
Okay.
solo.
So he hadn't got with Leo Rush yet?
Yeah, not yet. He was still straight good guy. He didn't get to Leo Rush till right after this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember
And
that being a good match, though, right? That was like
yeah,
a pretty good match.
this was a good match. But the funny shit is, right? He won the match, but somehow Roman ended up fighting Brock. Remember, he pinned Roman in this particular match on, I think it was on Raw or SmackDown. It was on TV match, and then Roman ended up getting the match with Brock because it was not Bobby, but the match was good.
Yeah, I kind of don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, because
When
it's like they
was
swept
that?
it under the
Was
rug.
that in 2020?
No, this was before this was in front of an audience. This was
It was an
in front of an
18.
audience.
It
Yeah,
was an 18.
yeah,
You said 2018?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. This was. I remember this one. I saw this one on the television. I think this was on Raw. Like I think I said, yeah, this was on Raw. The last match on Raw, and he won. But somehow, some way, Roman still ended up with the title match. It was
So what
weird.
did they ever explain why he didn't get the match or whatever?
They never explained why he didn't get the match, yo. They never explained that. They gave him a consolation prize, and I'm gonna go on to you, main event Fro, because the next phase of his comeback tour was when they partnered him up with Leo Rush, and the man went on to beat Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to win the Intercontinental title in a triple threat match. So, you know what I mean, that was a good consolation prize, but like, why he wasn't in that world title match?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I don't even remember that.
So they took him out the world title match with Roman and put him in a triple threat with Dean and Seth.
Yep. And they turned him bad, right? Something happened, and they turned his character bad after not getting the match with Brock. They turned his character bad, gave him Leo Rush, and he went on to win that IC title in the triple threat match.
Okay.
Yeah, they knew they needed to turn him heel.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
They had him and Roman. They was two good guys. They gave us that match. It was a good match, but they knew, like, storyline wise.
You talking before Roman was even the tribal chief then?
Yeah, bro,
Right.
this is why a lot of people is mad. A lot of people got to get rid of the racism. They want everything to be racism, but they do have a point. Aside from them wanting everything to be racism, they do have a point. Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns is no different. What's the difference in character?
Yeah, they pretty much the same character.
Right, minus
That-
Paul
that-
Heyman, they the
yeah.
same character. You take Paul Heyman away from the tribal chief, and what's the difference?
They really don't talk that much. They like the strong, silent type.
And they're the same height, same size, same build,
Same move.
same move.
Yeah, they wrestle similar.
They're both powerhouses. They got the powerhouse.
Right.
Right. And I go back to that comment that somebody made about they don't want too strong. It's kind of like the Good Times and the Cosbys. You can't have two great the Jeffersons. You can't have two great black families thriving at the same time. So you got to show one and you got to show the other. You got to show the gutter rat and then you got to show look, they got some sense. These ones got some sense. And that's just what sells to the culture, to the audience, to their audience. This is why The Rock don't identify as African American, because then they will categorize him, and he wouldn't make as much money as he made.
Right. Yeah, he identifies Samoa, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's crazy, man. They feel like they can't have two of the same characters. You got two fucking brands. I mean, one guy on Raw, one guy on SmackDown.
That's why I don't understand. You got two. Oh, they could be on separate shows.
Yeah, they can just separate the guys, or you could have one guy be a heel, one guy be a baby face. I mean, it's simple, man.
I mean, we see it all of the time though. Even with the way they do the minorities when they do the Latin wrestlers, it's funny
Oh
how they
yeah.
do them. They can only get the United States title level. And they can only feud within themselves. You rarely see them feuding with with like the American wrestlers or even the African American wrestlers. They be amongst themselves. You got Ellen LWO versus Santos Escobar and his crew. That it'd be like funny shit like that. That'd be riddle. Like you cannot deny that. Like you know what I mean? Like that's
They
weird.
actually do the Latin guys worse than the brothers, for real.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, they do the
No,
Latinos
they do
worse.
the Asians and they do the
Oh,
Asians
they do
worse.
them dirty. Yeah,
They
they
do
do
them
them real dirty.
filthy, bro.
But I ain't gonna
Filthy.
front, man. With the Asians, I kind of get it because it be that language barrier. Like if you can't cut a fucking promo, you really ain't gonna get over with the American audience. You can do all that strong style wrestling shit, which they don't really do in WWE. So your style really ain't gonna get over in the ring. You have to change your style for American audience. Then you can't talk either. So like
Yeah,
if they don't put you with a manager,
that's
you
it
really
though.
not gonna get over.
But that now I need to talk to my guy Toxic Ring. Cause you be saying this and you say this all of the time. Where is all the valets? Why do all the women feel like they need to wrestle?
I don't get that at all, and that's the problem AEW has. If you look at AEW, almost all the women on the roster, with the exception of a few, very limited few, they all wrestle. I'm like, at least there you got some valets. Y'all don't have any. So I don't get that at all. It's just I don't know about
Mhm.
TNA so much, but I know
Mhm.
WWE. Yeah, they just do not believe in that. They don't believe
Nope.
in valets. Everybody cannot wrestle. I'm sorry. All these women, they look good, but they all can't wrestle. Some women are very need some work. They need some work. You do get some work done in the ring. You need to train some more. Everybody can't wrestle.
Nope.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So Bobby went on to win the IC title. He had Leo Rush with him, a manager, and he was thriving. I mean, he had the white IC belt. He was thriving. He was chilling. And then up next, here go the bullshit, y'all. Who we on? We on UTBK.
Okay.
Next came that 13-second Royal Rumble elimination.
Wow.
And he then, a little bit after that, he went on to lose the title to Finn Balor.
I really thought he was gonna get released at this point. He wanted to leave again. I really thought he was gonna leave. Once I saw that, I said, "Is he about to leave again?" They just now. I think all these scenarios you're talking about. I see a common denominator, a common issue. Who was also wrong? We just talked about Roman. They trying to build Roman, and they put Bobby down. That's his problem. It's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the whole issue for Bobby since he been back. I figured it out. It's Roman. Roman's the reason he couldn't really do nothing because they was building Roman up. And this is the big dog Roman, not the tribal chief. Remember, Roman was still getting booed heavily. They did anything they could to put
Yeah.
him over.
Yeah,
Right.
we cheered for That's why they let Bobby beat Roman on the
Yeah,
low.
'cause
They
they
let
hated
Bobby
Roman.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't understand that match either because when he beat Roman initially, when he beat him, I get the IC title thing, but when he beat him at Extreme Rules, he beat him. Then they said on Raw the next night there'll be two triple threat matches to decide who will face Brock and Bobby and Roman both won a triple threat. Then they had another number one contendership and Roman won. I said I
That's
thought
what
he did
happened.
beat
But I
him.
know he had won. That very first match, he beat Roman. Then
Yeah,
they
he
put.
he
Then
supposed
they
to get a
did that.
title shot. Then
Yeah.
he ran it back. But the whole IC thing is, yeah, he only had the IC belt for 34 days. He barely had it for a month.
Yeah, because I don't even remember him having it.
He had it. I remember he won it because he lost it in a handicap. What's crazy? He lost in Elimination Chamber. It was a handicap match with Leo Rush. Leo Rush got pinned. He didn't even get pinned. I said that's BS. No, you have a handicap, you win. So that's how he lost the belt so bogus, and then that 13-second elimination because he was the 26th entrant. That's the crazy part. And yeah.
Oh my God, Wally is in the house. What's going on, Wally?
Wally. Mic on?
That's wild.
What it is? What it do?
All right, we can hear you now.
Man, we chilling.
Yeah,
man.
I was just making sure. Yeah, I was just making sure now because everyone was talking.
Okay, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the conversation, man. We talking about Bobby Lashley. We going in chronological order. We up into the part. We went up to the part where he came back. So we up to the part where we talking about that 30-second Royal Rumble elimination. Why when he was the Intercontinental Champion, and then after that he lost that IC title to Finn Balor. Do you remember that part, that segment of his career?
Bobby's career?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that was when he was still with Leo Rush at the time, right? Or somewhere a little bit after that.
Yeah, yep. He was with Leo.
Yeah, I remember a smidgen of it in that time frame.
Okay, that's what we talking about. So you'll catch wind of the conversation and just jump in there when you get.
Yeah, I catch a little bit of it. I know one of the brothers had mentioned earlier that he was downplayed because of Roman, because they was pushing Roman. I'm like, I mean, let's just be honest. Was it really because of Roman, or is it really just because WWE just don't like pushing black brothers? Let's just keep that $100. Because I can sit here and say, like, bro, like we looked around. You can look around the table. I mean, there has been few that they have pushed well in time, but then at the same time, under who though? Under Vince or whoever was writing the stories at that time. I'm like, but Triple H, nah, bro. You got some haterade in your heart.
A fun fact, yo, y'all know Jeff McMahon. He was the first McMahon. He was the first person to really hire and put the strap on a black man, on a black child. I think it was Bobo Brazil. That was Jeff McMahon. Fun fact. Classic wrestling. Classic championship wrestling.
Yeah, Bobo was that guy.
Yeah, Bobo was that guy. It was another name too. I just remember Bobo. But there's another guy that Jeff put the title on, put that scrap on. But
Right,
Wally, you absolutely 100% right, bro.
No, because think about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but no, but the reason why I say that is because think about this, right? Look how long they took Big E to get the title, and Big E is quote unquote to Vince McMahon's strip as what he looks at in the visual sense of a heavyweight champion, as a world champion, big and muscular guy. Well, that was Big E, big, muscular, fast as hell, can do it all. But look how long he got a title, and guess what? Luckily he did get a title run because then he got his neck injury, and now he can't. There is unsure if he's ever going to wrestle again on a consistent basis. I'm just glad he has his life as his best he got, but wrestling, it won't happen again.
Facts.
And look how they booked him as a champion. His championship.
Yeah, he was a weak champion. Big E was a weak champion too.
Yeah,
he might have been champion.
Nope.
Yeah.
And that was because of the way they booked him.
The best one. Bobby was the best one out of all of them. Between him, Kofi, Big E, Bobby was the best champion of all three of them.
Yeah, of course he was. That's why he was there, because it was the perfect scenario to be like, oh, let's give you something to do, but while not really doing anything. Because let's be honest, what were you really doing in the tag team? You're a big guy in the tag team scene. You pretty much carrying mother freaking what's the name? Not Kofi, but other brother.
Woods.
Yeah, you're carrying Woods, because let's be real, Woods out of that whole group is the only person that don't have a solo career. Another brother that has really no stature to that group. He's the only one that is a sore thumb without a title other than the tag titles.
Yeah,
Period.
they threw him a bone with that little King of the Ring shit, but
that King of the Ring was a show.
But that bone was throwaway food. back then.
Yeah, no doubt. That nigga had a little cartoon
Because think about
crown
it.
on
Look
and shit.
look what they did with him once Roman was in the picture when he got against Roman. Roman smashed him and he put that crown on his head, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
All
that's
right,
what
guys.
was happening, though.
So let's get back to the timeline on Bobby. So now we're gonna reset the order. I'm gonna start with Toxic Ring. I'm gonna go with Zill. Then we're gonna go to Wally. Then we're gonna go with you Unhinged. So now comes that Braun Strowman feud. You know what I mean? After he lost the title to Finn, he got into a Braun Strowman feud where it's flipped now. He's the bad guy. Strowman's the good guy. You remember that feud?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, that feud was when
Wait, hold on,
we was
Wally.
in
Hold
the-
on, Wally.
okay.
We going in order. We going in order.
Oh, no, I'm just making sure. I thought we was just throwing up. Okay, go
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got it. Yeah, TBK.
Yeah. He feuded with Braun after that whole Shield thing was done. They had a match at Super Showdown, and Bobby lost against him. And then I think Strowman beat him in a fatal 5-way for the United States Championship elimination match. I think it was a contendership match. But I mean, all they did was have a false count anywhere, and it was a no contest. They didn't really go nowhere. You know, Strowman dominated Bobby Lashley through that whole feud, pretty much. They had a one last match at Extreme Rules, last man standing match, and Bobby lost that too. He didn't really get over in that feud. Yeah, Braun beat him pretty much anytime they faced each other, or Braun was the more dominant one. They were trying to build him at that time too, and Braun was getting pushed as well. Was trying to, at least I should say. So,
Salute 28, baby boy. How you feeling, my guy? We good, man. How you feeling? We enjoying the night, talking wrestling, you know?
I think after that, that's when they threw him down with the whole Lana thing. We already know how that went. That was right before that.
Hold on, man. You're getting ahead of yourself, man. We going in order, man. We going in chronological order.
Oh, I was going,
but that was a good segue. That was a good segue. I want to hear what Zilla got to say about that Lana feud right there, because that was that Lana affair next. After that feud with Strowman, he went into that Lana affair. And
Man,
I
that
think
Lana shit was terrible. I ain't like it, you know what I mean? It was funny. I'm gonna tell you why I ain't like it, because if you look at it, man, I think they was trying to like play too much on like real shit with Lana and Rusev relationship. I think behind the scenes people knew they shit was, you know, they was fucked up behind the scenes, and then WWE like to like put real shit, especially real like traumas for people. They like to put it in the storyline. So they had this girl that's married to this dude talking about she can offer her services for different people, and or did they do that in AEW? Either way, they keep fucking with their relationship to the point that they didn't actually got a divorce. But yeah, I ain't like that shit, the way they had that man wife, you know, in the middle of them two like that, and like made it into a storyline. And it made Bobby uncomfortable too, to the point where he asked him to drop the shit. You know what I'm saying? So they had to drop it. He was uncomfortable doing it, and I think Rusev was uncomfortable with the shit too.
Facts. Now I'm going to segue to that interview that Rikishi had, guys, because it's spooky how that is very similar to this storyline with Liv and Rhea and Dominique and Jey Uso.
Because Jay the one married to Naomi, right?
No, Jay married to that girl. I forgot what's her name. TBK. I forgot her name. But now Jimmy is married to Naomi.
Okay, see, I ain't never
whose
knew
wife?
one of them.
We talking about Jay's wife?
Yeah, Jay's wife.
Tamika. Name Tamika, I believe. Tamika.
Okay.
She ain't she not in the business though, right?
No, she's not in the business. No, she's not
in the business. Here, let's get to that. Let's get to that. We gonna come back to the Bobby Lashley list. We ain't got much left. After that motherfucking Lana affair, it was over. It was down here, if you ask me. But no, not really, because then he went on a mean streak after he beat after he lost to Aleister Black at WrestleMania 36. Then he went on a mean streak. But it was
He did a
down
lot
here.
of fucking losing, man.
Yeah, he did a lot of losing, man. He did a
Seemed
lot.
like
of
they was using him to put guys over.
You talk about it. And then they use people to put guys over that they didn't even keep. I'm still stuck on how they destroyed Ricochet for Hurt Business, and then you break Hurt Business up and you still lose Ricochet. That shit is crazy.
Well, they won't gonna never do nothing with him, man. They always thought he was
I mean,
too
but let's
small.
be real. It's a good thing that Ricochet has motherfucking left. Because let's be honest. The one thing WWE will never be able to replicate ever again is the Cruiserweight division. This is why I say TNA got it on lock. Because TNA/Impact got that whole Cruiserweight division on 10. WWE throw that shit away, which is stupid.
That shit in NXT though. They got that
all
shit in
the guys
NXT
in
though.
AEW small. So shit, huh? I mean, everybody in AEW small.
Yeah, but WWE got that in NXT. They got some high flyers, man. They got some high. That young boy, what's my young boy named? Javon Evans.
Yeah, but that's my thing, right? You can look at, they have enough people to make a Cruiserweight division. They do, but the problem is they won't sell it.
But what a guy like Evans gonna do on the main roster if he even get called up?
But see, that's my whole point. This is why I said they're gonna have to build more mid-carders because this is trash.
Yeah, guys, anybody wrestle? Anybody on the panel wrestle or got any ideas on how to get into the wrestling business? My guy DJ Chocolate. He got
I have wrestled. This is a promotion around here, VCW. It was Virginia Commonwealth Wrestling, but they changed it to Vanguard. I can get him the information to them.
You heard DJ?
So yeah, it's a local promotion here. You know what I mean? And yeah, I have actually had a match there.
You had a match there, bro?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me you got footage, man. You ain't got footage?
Yeah, we need footage of that.
I ain't gonna bullshit. I don't. You know what I mean? This shit was back day, but yeah, okay, I had a match.
VHS. Big camera, big
shoulder
camera. Shoulder camera joints, bro.
Probably ain't VHS, but yeah, definitely got that. But it's before cell phone days, you know what I mean? So yeah, unfortunately, no footage, man.
Okay, all right. Well, before we veer off, we was talking about that whole Lana affair and how that joint, I think it hurt Rusev more than it hurt Bobby. It definitely hurt Rusev more than it hurt Bobby. What am I talking about? But wrestling, WWE, they don't give a F. They don't be caring, yo. If they can make some money, they finna make some money.
Man, everything about Rusev's career hurted him. Because guess what? The same thing they did with Jey, guess what? When they did that Rusev Day, he was the most popular guy. But guess what? Yes. Still no world title. You can't make it make sense.
Not even nothing. Not even, they gave that man nothing.
God forbid you guys try to tell him or tell her tongue kiss each other on Raw. That better not happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's so much that, you know, when it comes to the bloodline, man, this is what gets me like going. This is why I tell the bloodline, when people talk about the bloodline, oh, we tired of the bloodline. You can be tired all you want for a few years.
These are actors. That's his wife. That's Jimmy. That's Jay's wife right there, y'all. Just playing a part the same way movie stars and actors in movies, they play their part. So these people get paid. So this is why it's important that if you're gonna be in a movie or if you're gonna be a professional wrestler, you gotta have to date somebody that's more immature, and you're gonna have to date somebody that get it. You know what I mean? In this instance, you could tell that just traditionally, the Fatus, they're traditional family, so they believe in family first. And you're gonna see in the interview, Rikishi, he's right. He's right. Everything he said about Jey Uso and how they mishandling the Yeet Man is 100% correct. And to throw him in this storyline is worse. It's crazy.
Other brims and cut the top of the brim off.
Those should be like
just
gangster.
Yeah, just 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just moved into a new wave. And then this way, if and when the original bloodlines come through, which would be Roman, I would think the twins will probably get back because they're not doing a damn thing with Yeet. You know, you already see all that. What my opinion is why, right? Why do you not push or give the most popular babyface in my eyes, be it my son or not? If the Yeet Master or the Yeet Man is over, why? How come? What is the problem? Not giving this guy, some type of title, win something. It'd only be good for business, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what they say. It's good for business.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Right.
You know, Big Keish, I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what? Speaking of the Yeet Man, and you know, I'm going through my timeline today and yesterday is conversations we've had on this show talking about this very subject on Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble. But you know what? Websites out there, you know, you guys should take note. Websites like sportskita.com and wrestlinc.com, they actually link the podcast when they mention what we're talking about. So stories out there. Glad you're talking about us. But
and salute to the Rikishi Off the Top podcast, because he's right. He's spot on. Come on, guys. Let's be fair. Let's give everybody their credit. We all wrestling fans, and we all take the time out our day to work hard to deliver the news.
Show when you're talking about
exactly
what Big Keish is talking about, and a lot of his quotes, just please quote the show. That's all. But Sportskita and WrestlingGeek.com, you guys, shout out to y'all, because I see it. Y'all directly link, and you make sure people give credit to the show. Yeah. But I've seen what we're talking about right now about how you feel about your son Jey and not getting these chances, because no, everyone knows he's over like Rover, and his time is now. So we're still yet to see, because going into SummerSlam, there's really no solid plans with the Yeet Man. Although I know this, the Yeet Man has got his eye on a certain mommy. Because if you were tuning in to
so if you let me ask you or ask everybody else this.
Yes, sir.
Is that the best they got? Is the number one in my eyes? And just, I mean, again, you know, this thing hits. I get.
He should be contending for gold.
I get
right
hot
now
when I'm talking about this,
sir.
Because whether it's my son or somebody else, this kid worked hard. Not say everybody else did, but damn it, in this industry, you work hard to when you finally find that. They conquered the tag team. What else is there to do? Now he breaks off at Jeet, right? He does this thing here, and then yet. It's not like they're giving the gas pedal to him, man. It's like, you know, it's almost like I want to come back with that promo I did a while back. You know, now I can add, you know, Jey Uso has been held down.
Yeah, you want the Great White Hype promo.
You know, hype.
No, yo, I didn't hear that promo. I had to actually go back to that promo. Yeah, remember that promo that he talking about?
I remember it. Yeah, it was when he was going to bat for the Rock and shit.
Mm-hmm. That's when he, hit Stone Cold with the car.
Yeah, he said he did it for the Rock and all that shit.
I did it for the Rock.
He's like, oh yeah, pictures of it. He's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm a motherfucking ran over all y'all niggas.
Chief Peter Maivia has been held down. Afonseca has been held down. Rikishi has been held down. But damn it, I said that interview 25 of.
But he not even lying, yo. The way they did the Islanders was filthy. Like, they gave them the title, like, what, one run? They gave them one run with the title. But they was just always used for the dirty work, like, for the cleanup. Just wow. You know what I mean? Wow Samoans, just headbutt. That's all I remember them for, is the headbutt. Like, do not headbutt one of them, bro. That doesn't work. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, you don't headbutt no Samoan, goddamn.
Definitely dropping the ball on Jey Uso. And then you know what makes it crazy? Because why even buy the license? Why buy the license if you're not even going to use it just to make money off the merchandise?
Of course, but that's what they're doing. But that's what they're thinking about. This is all about entertainment. That's why they're using Jey. They're using Jey to sell entertainment. So let's be honest. You look at anybody else right now that is current in the market. Let's look at someone that's current. Who do you think other than Jey is selling T-shirts or merchandise right now at a high point?
Cody Rhodes.
LA Knight.
And look at that.
LA Knight.
Look at that. That's the only option y'all got, though. LA Knight. I'm sorry. Jey has super passed LA Knight beyond measurements. I'm sorry. Other than but it's like, okay, who the fuck cares?
But his merch selling on top though. Like he's selling a lot.
His merch still selling though.
I mean, his merch may be selling, but I think personally, it's just like the way I just look at it. When you look at the craze, when you look at all the things, when you look at anything else, like think about it. What you think is real? Like I know they did that promo where they were like, yeah, and then it's like yeets, but it's like you look at both of these two sides, it's like, bruh, I'm sorry. Like if I had to look at who had a better aura and the swagger right now, that's literally Jey, because ain't no one screaming more highly for Jey right now than the fans right now, and you can see that across the board. But my thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's be honest. If we're looking at it through their eyes and their lens, that they dropped the ball, no, because they're getting exactly what they want. They're getting the paper. Because they're selling Jey as entertainment. They're not selling him as a champion. They're selling him as entertainment. Because let's be honest. You got Sami Zayn, face. You got Damian Priest in a multitude of stories while transitioning into a face. You're not going to put a face versus a face for a title without someone motherfucking changing images. And that's just what it is. Why you think Cody Rhodes' title reigns look like shit? Because there's too much faces on SmackDown. Go look at the roster. Too much faces. That's why his title reigns ass cheeks.
Well, yeah, most babyface title reigns kind of be like that. It's better to have a heel champion and have the babyface champion.
I don't think so. It'd be ass, because think about it. When John, look, when you look at John Cena and when he had a title, his title defense reigns when he was a face and having the titles and facing people were way more better than most people that are doing right now. But why? Because you had that assistance of those heels that were dominantly good in the phases of it while chasing the title. My thing is, you don't got nobody else right now that's chasing Cody and chasing that title and is dominant enough as far as what you're looking at. Because AJ, I like AJ, but the way they setting him up was just terrible.
Yeah, I always said that they should have, they're wasting Karrion Kross as we speak. What is wrong with Karrion Kross going against Cody? That shit crazy.
Like they literally doing nothing with Karrion Kross, even putting him in that group. That's actually burying him, putting him with that group, man. He should be just him and Scarlett, and he should be like a top heel.
What was stopping them from feuding him with Bobby like they did? They just had a 6-man at WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken. That wasn't a blow off to the feud. A 6-man normally be what starts the solo feud.
What a draft. Well, you gotta remember.
Well, it wasn't even WrestleMania. It was just a regular match.
He got drafted too. That's what killed it too. When Falcons went to Raw, that was it for that feud. You know what I'm saying? Bobby and when he was there, Street Profits, they still on SmackDown. So it's two different
things. And then they wouldn't change the Profits heel. They should have changed the Street Profits heel, man. And that shit could have been.
That's what I thought they was gonna do.
No, they were supposed to be heel.
That would have been too close to the Hurt Business. That's why they ain't do it. They just turned Bobby face and kept them guys dancing and doing all that bullshit.
And that's why it's garbage. Because my thing is, just look at this, right? I don't care if Final Testament went to Raw. The problem is, here's the issue. Now you brought back the Wyatts, the whole Wyatt story thing. The Wyatt's sick. Now, okay, guess what? I already told me and Main Event had a talk on the back end, and I told them, look, he's gonna get washed by the Wyatt Six. Watch. There's gonna only be one sick, dark, demented team in WWE, and trust me,
they will wash.
Yes, the final testament will get
Yeah,
washed by
that
the
makes
White
sense.
Six.
That makes
They're
sense
gonna get
because the
washed.
Y6, they're gonna be booked as babyface.
Yep, and they're gonna wash down the throats of
Yeah.
motherfucking Karrion Kross. Which eventually Karrion Kross gonna get sick and tired of this, and then he's gonna be like, "Man, I'm out of here." Which is gonna save his career.
He on a tripping block. I can see him.
Yeah, he ain't gonna ask for no release. They gonna fire his ass. They gonna get rid of him.
Hey, either which way, bro. Hey, the way I look at it, he may as well ask for his release.
They gonna fire his ass. He close.
I mean-
Trust me, man. He gonna be future endeavor. Good luck on your future endeavors. That's gonna be for him and Scarlett. She gonna get packing just because she with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, she gonna be with him. That's the only way.
Yeah, see how that work? That they got their only valet and they got him in a fraction. Like, come on, man.
And she can actually fucking wrestle, and they won't let her.
Like Selena Vega.
Really?
I'm tired of them with that.
Scarlett can wrestle, man.
If you don't put Selena Vega ass back with Andrade and call it a day and stop having her wrestle, bro. Did y'all see that foolishness? Have her wrestle with one arm. Here you got CM Punk missing in action for months. But this girl Selena Vega tough enough to go in there with one arm. Yo, man, listen, you can't make it up, bro. That's not good booking.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So
She
they're
should be a
idiots.
valet, like you said, man. She
Right.
should definitely be a valet.
She started with a valet.
My problem ain't with her being a valet though. I mean, I don't like seeing her as a valet. I think she's good as being a wrestler. I just think that she just needs to go to NXT. Like, cause
Man, as long as she been in the business and she still need NXT, like she used to be in TNA back in the day, bro. And
Yeah,
like,
she don't need no NXT. She need to be a valet. She need to take her ass back with Andrade.
And she ain't learned the crap by now. It ain't probably for her. She should probably valet.
yeah, but let's be honest. Everyone got that learning curve. Okay, but let's be honest. If you look at her talent, you say that right now, what she looking like? She looks like some rookie that needs to be in NXT. Same way with Dominic Mysterio. He looked like the dude
from
that
a
needs to
rookie
be in
though,
NXT.
bro. She far from a rookie.
But she moves like a rookie. That's my whole point. She looks and
Nah,
moves
it
like
depends.
a rookie. I'm not saying she don't got the.
Wally, I think it depends on who she in there with, because her and Liv had a damn good match that should have been on that pay-per-view. That match should have been on that pay-per-view.
Yeah, with Liv.
You say that was good?
Yeah, that TV match that they had. You didn't like that match? That match was good.
No.
I don't think I seen a Liv Morgan match that I like yet.
Now that Liv, did y'all see that? That it was on, what was it, Monday Night Raw? It was Liv versus Selena. Their first meeting on Monday Night Raw with this feud. That match was fire, y'all. That match was fire. It was one of the matches of the night on Raw.
I had to go check it out.
I gotta go watch it, yo. I'm telling y'all.
Well, what about the backlash she had with Rhea last year? Challenge for the women's world. That's what she started getting. That's because it was Puerto Rico.
I like that match too.
I ain't like that match.
It was not bad. I ain't saying it was a 5-star match. I was saying it wasn't bad. That's how she got noticed. But she don't need to go back up. She ain't no 5-star machine, and I definitely see what y'all say.
But Liv improving in the ring. Don't get me wrong. Liv is improving. Like she ain't good as what they.
No, you
pushing
know
her.
why she ain't improving? You know why? No, but look at this. You know why she ain't improving? Because they're not really selling the product. Like, bro, ever since she won that title, understand this. Look at both of her title reigns. It's been mediocre as hell. Liv is a cheap knockoff of Alexa Bliss without any drive. She got the aura, but you're not gonna sell her as the female that can actually do some decent moves and do some decent work in the ring. Why? I don't freaking know. But it's becoming tasteless as hell. Like the title, like ever since she got the title, it's been a waste of time. There was multiple different things you could have did to give Liv a decent run at this point and actually it be solid, because she's facing people that are around her size and measurement of height and everything. But no, you water that down and make it some BS. This is why I sit here and saying y'all wasting time on Shayna Baszler. Y'all wasting time on other people that really could have the title and really do some real damage. But no, you want to do this boo-hoo, sob story, lovely ties. No,
Yo,
Hey,
Roddy,
look, man.
I think they turning the corner with Shayna. Shayna. They,
Yeah.
if you notice, they
No,
got
they not.
damage control
That's a
rejects
tag
putting
team.
over.
That's
Yeah,
a
they
tag team,
got.
not singles. That's
Yeah.
not singles though. That's what
But that's how it
Thank you.
start. That's how it start
No.
though. Look
But
at
think
Bayley.
about it. Is Shayna Baszler the leader, or is Shayna Baszler the string line? She is the string line. She's a tag team person of the team.
Sonya's the
She's
leader.
not the leading
Sonya's
order
You're right.
of the team.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sonya.
You're right.
Man, it
Gotta
won't,
get
it won't
Sonya
be
over.
long before Shayna Baszler get that future endeavor also. They hanging in there
I'm
trying
trying
all
to tell
different
you. I'm
shit
trying
with
to
her.
tell you, bro.
But it won't be long before she gets that future endeavor. Because when
Yo,
they
let's
take
get
a
back to the
character,
video,
man,
y'all. Y'all spot on, man. Y'all spot on. Y'all spot on. You can't deny it. Facts are the facts. Let's get back to the video. Let's wrap this up, and then we'll get back to the convo.
Some years ago, and now we've come up to 2024, and now we got a bloodline that's been held down. Come on, why? Give me a good explanation why. And for those of y'all that that's been posting up about this podcast and not giving us credits about what I'm saying about it, what I mean, do the right thing here. Tell the story. Plug it into it so people can hear from my mouth, but not from what you're typing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's not steal stories from blah blah blah. But my is not a story. Mine's is all facts, man. You know what I mean? So if we wanna play that again and talk about, I'll tell you one thing, man. I got hairs on the back of my neck every time I watch it. Not okay. SummerSlam. Where is he? Let's go. I don't know. Let's write him in that he likes mommy. Mommy? That's the best that those, writers got. Let's write this guy into a relationship with mommy. What y'all trying to do? Break his marriage up? Y'all can't put him in a good storyline, so what you gonna do now? God forbid you guys try to tell him or tell her tongue kiss each other on Raw. That better not happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's so much that, when
It seems like a few deals are running down. There's sort of a few words about potential departures. Rumours of Bobby Lashley MVP going around. Is there any sort of update you can give us on that?
No, look, just like any sport, any business, talent. We sign talent. Talent contract runs out. We release talent. It's just part of the process. So it's an ongoing thing.
Man,
Oh, what a
man.
nice fucking way to say it. Get the fuck out of here.
Man, I tell you, boy. Rikishi was spot on, though. He was spot on. So now, he must not know what WWE capable of, because they had, back to the list, they had Lana and Bobby Lashley kissing, and man, that was raunchy. But followed by that's when he lost WrestleMania 36 to Aleister Black. Then he went on a mean winning streak, and he found MVP, guys. You know what I mean? He found MVP. Then they used the hell out of Ricochet to get the Hurt Business over. only to lose Ricochet. And then he got that win over the Miz. And then y'all take it from there. After that win over the Miz, where did they go wrong?
that's when he won the championship, right?
Yep, that's when he won the championship against the Miz. Remember, Miz tried to back out of it. Miz tried to reason his way. Because they helped Miz cash it in. Because Miz had won the cash in that year, and they helped Miz cash the money in the break.
The henchman. They attacked Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drew Mac always gets screwed, boy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with him. How long was the Hurt Business really going on for? A month, a few weeks? It was so short.
Nah, it wasn't short at all. It wasn't short at all.
It went on for a minute.
It went on for a minute. Because you got to remember, the Hurt Business was, they really shined when Roman got sick. When Roman, and this is how you know Roman is motherfucking, Bobby Lashley's downfall because when Roman got sick, they ran that Thunderdome. They ran
That's
that
right.
Thunderdome. Hurt
Yeah, that was
Business
yeah.
ran that. It was
Yeah, they
Hurt
went
Business,
down the Raw
Oscar.
Underground and shit and kicked
Yeah,
guys' ass. Remember that?
yeah, yeah.
I
They went to
remember
the
that.
underground and they made the
Yeah,
best
they went
impact.
down
They
there and beat everybody ass. All four of them whooped
facts and they
everybody ass
street
in the room.
clothes.
Yeah,
And
and
they
they
street
street
clothes.
clothes. Yeah, they were
Facts.
like
That's
this
right.
Raw Underground. Yeah, Bobby and all them dudes. That shit was thorough.
That shit
But
was
that Raw
lit.
Underground shit wasn't gonna work because of the way Shane wanted to do it. And then Vince
Yeah.
won't let him do his thing with it. So Shane was like, fuck it, man. This shit ain't gonna work.
Facts.
Because
Well, they could have
Shane
Yeah,
wanted to have the chicks down there dancing and
everything.
like
He
he wanted to
to
go there with it.
facts. Yo,
So
that's
y'all
where they
really
got
believe?
almost. They got almost from there. And they got that
Yeah,
other
he was a
guy. They
body
got that
gunning
other
down
big
that
man.
bitch.
They got that other big
Double
man at
cable.
that pit. Yeah, Abakaba.
Yeah. They released him already too.
Yeah, he gone.
He gone. Almost think he released you. I'm surprised.
Now I think they're gonna keep him because he a project. He ain't never wrestled nowhere before. He a homegrown guy, and they still
Another guy that
figuring out
deserved to
what
be
to
in
do with him.
NXT, but they won't put him there.
Yeah, they won't. He just so big. You got to put him on TV right now.
Yeah, for that
Because he's been on
attraction.
TV long.
It's that attraction. It's the
Yeah,
crowd
don't nobody
attraction.
look like him. He attractive. Novelty act.
Because honestly, they had him on the house show. They had him on the house shows. You know, they love to bring the Giant. That's their blueprint. They used to do that to Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? Bring him out at
Great
the end.
Khali, all them big motherfuckers.
Yeah, they loved him a big doofy dude. The big
And look how
elegante.
long. Yep, elegante. Yeah, they not gonna release Omar. I think they just gonna try to figure out what to do with it. They still trying to figure out now what to do with it.
Yo, ain't it weird that they can run into Ricochet and that Ricochet could be that original member, like how they planned in the beginning? They could run into Ricochet, and I mean they didn't gotta wait for Cedric contract to be up, and they could form the new Hurt Business with Ricochet.
Whatever they call it. Yeah.
What y'all think about them? What y'all think about in AEW them adding Powerhouse Hobbs to the Hurt Business with Bobby and MVP?
I think that'll work. I think that'll work because you already see how AEW booked. That's gonna end up with a Powerhouse Hobbs versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, you're a powerhouse next to Bobby. He ain't even gotta do nothing. Just be there, just stand in the corner.
Yeah, he don't gotta talk. He just stand there and look tough, and he be the muscle. But I mean, maybe him and Bobby might be too similar. I don't know.
Might be.
Maybe. Because I think that's where Bobby running into a problem with WWE. WWE is going to do something with Omar Femi, and they don't need Bobby Lashley. They got a younger beast.
You took the idea right out of my head. I think that's who he gonna be the new replacement for him. They gonna get that Omar Femi guy up there, and they don't got no need for him out with the old and with the new player.
Yep.
Facts.
I mean,
it's something
pretty
brewing.
much just said it. He just said it in the interview for real.
And it's something brewing with the Forbidden Door. Moose and Omar Femi is going to be a match. We're going to see that match. We're going to see that match.
I've been talking about that match.
See,
Boy, y'all
caught an
boys
early
got
Moose.
me. Hey, y'all boys get me excited, man. I ain't even think of that.
Bobby caught an early Moose. You know what I mean? But Omar gonna catch a right Moose, and we gonna have to let them beat us because we can't keep beating up on a women's champion now. We gonna have to let them beat us one time now. I think that's the only person that could take the NXT title from Omar Femi right now.
They're not gonna put that title on the line. They're not gonna do that.
Well, Jordan Grace got her. She got her revenge. She had an open challenge, and one of them NXT chicks came down, accepted the challenge, and she smashed Tatum Paxley. Yeah. Tatum Paxley came
that was
down
cool.
there.
That was pretty cool because we can't keep beating up on them like that. That's bad business.
She got her shit off on Tatum Paxley or whatever at one of them pay-per-views.
Man, it's been a real show. I got to get on getting, Got some things to do. Plus, I am starving. I ain't eat since earlier today. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So we're gonna wrap this thing on up, but we need a conclusion. We need a final thought. You know what I mean? From everybody. Take it away. We're gonna start with Unhinged. Are you free right now? Are you free right now to give your closing, or are we gonna come back to you? I'm trying to get you out the way because I know you're doing something right now. So we're gonna go to you. We're gonna start with Wally. Wally, give us your thoughts on this Bobby Lashley situation, on this whole racism thing in pro sports and in pro wrestling.
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah.
All right,
Go
Hinge,
ahead.
give us your final thoughts, my
I'm
guy.
for cooking burgers, man. So but yeah, man. What I think now Bobby need to do, man, is just move on to TNA. Him and MVP, move on to TNA, and I think he will flourish in TNA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take over, be a top star on the roster, and I think he'll flourish pretty good in TNA.
That sounds like a plan right there, though. TNA do sound like the move. It sounds like the way. What about NWA, though? Nobody be talking about NWA now.
Yeah, that's a dead company, man.
I don't watch those promotions.
They dead, man. Like, they barely hanging on by threads. Billy Corgan, he trying to keep
TNA
him
needs
in
to
there.
take that back and just bring that under them, because that shit was a database project.
When they fucked up that TV deal they had with the CW when they did that stupid cocaine spot on the pay-per-view, and that's what fucked them up. When they would have, if they could have got on the CW, more eyes would have been on the product, and then maybe that could have been a third option for guys. But
boy, I tell you, y'all know history repeats itself, right? Because Vince got somebody's broadcast airtime because they didn't listen. They was a knucklehead back in the 80s, guys. I forgot which territory was it, but they was told not to blade. And you think they listened? They bladed and they lost their slot, their time slot and Vince swooped right on in. But look at they do a cocaine spot, yo. That's some craziness, yo.
yeah, had the dude sniffing cocaine with hookers and shit. You know what I mean? Off the table,
bugging the fuck out. Like, what storyline did you need to tell that bad by doing that? Like, knowing you only got about a 200 fan base, 200 people fan base. Like, come on, you reaching. But man,
they had the fucking devil sniffing cocaine. Father James Mitchell.
Crazy. Wally, man, let us know, man. Go on and wrap it up. Give us your final thoughts on the show.
Well, as far as when it comes to Bobby, I mean, honestly, yeah, he could go to TNA. I think at this time, if you want to put Hurt Business on a little bit more of a bigger stampede with a more of an uphill rise, I think you can see them do a little bit like New Japan World Wrestling, a little bit, like intermiss while trying to find a new spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he invades MLW. I like Major League Wrestling. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. There's a nice change of scenery. I'm just not big on AEW because they just had too much screw ups. But I mean, but again, I don't have no problem if they would have linked up with what's the name, and they bring him along on the team, because that would be nice. But yeah, anything that goes around there. But look, if it fits in the timing of what TNA is doing, I don't have no problem with him going back there either. So,
Wally, you don't want to? You mean to tell me you don't want to see a dream match? You don't want to see Bobby Lashley versus Edge? Your boy Edge?
No.
Spear versus Spear?
No.
Fucking with you.
No. As far as for the overall viewings of how WWE likes to treat certain wrestlers and certain cultures of wrestling, honestly, I always say this. Yes, a part of the culture is if you can't sell to the audience, to the American audience, then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest problem is not the fact that they can't sell; it's the fact that you don't sell them the way they should be sold. Because like I say it like this, if you buy someone that was very highly popular somewhere else, and you were like, we gotta bring him to WWE. And you were the keyword. They didn't hunt for you. You hunted for them. And you brought them there. So that is up to you guys to sell that man the way y'all need to sell him. And y'all fucked that up. So Shinsuke, they fucked that up. I mean, Arazawa, I know they would fuck that up. He's too small. He's way too small. Right there. There's no way to sell him. They sell Asuka pretty good. Io Sky, I mean, thanks to the Money in the Bank, that was decent. The whole thing, the Kabuki Warriors is all good. I think if they add the newer chick, the newer Chinese chick that's in NXT onto the main roster, she'll be a nice fit, kicking out Dakota Kai. If they ever do it, that's only if. But it goes across the board. Like, even when you guys mentioned about LWO, like, again, it's a failed project. I'm just like, bro, when y'all gonna motherfucking just flip the switch and just make that thing go back being a heel again? Because at this point, y'all just ruining the LWO culture. Like, you're just ruining the name. You're just ruining. You're ruining the name. You're ruining the stature. You're ruining the legacy of LWO right now. You're just ruining it. And it's just horrible.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, yeah, and that's why I'm like, for me, like, that's why I was so hopeful that Andrade wins Money in the Bank, because I would have hoped that he goes for the Raw title. He comes back to Raw. He picks up LWO. Freaking Rey Mysterio becomes a fucking manager of the fucking group, and he motherfucking swallow his damn pride, because he needs to motherfucking stop sitting here acting like he can still win one more title. Sorry to say, but bro, you're in the fucking way. And it's just, man, they just need to hurry up and just get that underway. They need to hurry up and get that underway, because they really need to change that. But it's like I said, man, they have a very they have interest in people, but they never seal the deal with the people that they choose to buy, and that's the biggest thing that I can't stand about WWE, because it's like, you can go anywhere else. Granted, I can sit here and look at other people, other wrestling corporations have picked up that were big names, even if it was through WWE or even before they even came to WWE after they were done. And they did them well. They may not did them great, but they did them well. And it's like, because one of the many popular wrestlers right now that WWE is thinking about signing is Pentagon Jr. If they sign him, bro, they're good. I just pray to God they don't fuck him up, because if they do, it's over. It's over. I mean, you may as well say fuck WWE and everything they have to offer. Because I swear for God, you cannot F up Pentagon Jr. You just can't. You can't.
They ain't gonna know what to do with Pentagon Jr.
And that's my whole problem. Because I'll be damned if he signs that contract. Lord have mercy. Please don't sign that contract.
Man, so let's go to Zell. Zell, give us your final thoughts on this, Zell.
Yeah, well, I hate the whole racism shit, but if it was time for him to go, he had to go. And I come from the old Monday Night War era, so guys jumping ship to both companies, that was a all the time thing. And it was actually a fun thing to see, like, who may turn up over here or over there. So I kind of like it to see guys go to new promotions, because it's a fresh start. You can see them have new matches that you never seen them have before. And MJF versus Bobby Lashley is confirmed, I believe. We're going to see that brother in AEW, because when it comes down to the contracts, Tony Khan, the only guy that can really pay him what he really worth. If he was good with his money, which he probably was, he can go to somewhere like TNA and be comfortable. Like, you see Dolph Ziggler down there doing his thing. He just won the world championship over there. And to be honest, when them guys win that championship down there, bro, it don't got the same feeling. It don't hit the same. It just looked like a constellation prize to me. It's like, right. I saw him win the belt. It ain't feel special to me. You know what I mean? With Nick Nemeth. But it's like, okay, you winning the championship that you should have won over here. and they're gonna celebrate you. But back to Bobby though, he may not even do the wrestling right now. He may go to MMA because he really like to fight. You know, he still got a little. He's 47, so he still got some in the tank where he can go and get some pride fighting in or some UFC or whatever. And Endeavor, I believe they UFC under that umbrella, so it probably wouldn't be that far of a stretch. You know, I know Dana White will pay him to have a fight, but he can go back to Bellator or Pride Fighting or one of them places and get in the cage. But if we see him in wrestling again, wherever he land, he gonna be all right. Trust me. Like, I ain't really worried about him. I know he gonna be good. Whether he go back to wrestling or back to mixed martial arts, you know, Bobby Lashley, he gonna be good, man. But I really hope he do stick with wrestling right now, because like I said, I like to see him go over there and get guys like MJF the rub, and maybe when Kenny get right, he can have a match with Kenny and Kenny Omega, that is, and he can go over here to AEW, man, and do some things that we ain't see him do in WWE. Don't go over here and do all the wild ass reckless spots them guys be doing. I know Bobby, that ain't his style, but he can definitely have some hard hitting matches with Will Hobbs and shit, even Brian Cage, man. Shit, they can dust Brian Cage out. They don't know how to use them guys, but if they bring in guys like Bobby and shit, Bobby will probably even actually work with some of them dudes because he know, like, I can help a lot of these dudes out, and it can give them something to do. Because MVP, he ain't done either. So I guess wherever them guys, they probably gonna link up and probably say we gonna go somewhere together. And Shelton too. But I saw an interview with Max Caster, and he was saying that he ain't want Shelton Benjamin to come there. So I don't know what's going on with that, man. But yeah, I think Bob's gonna be alright, and that's my final thoughts on him, man.
Remember, they probably don't want Sheldon over there because of his wife. Remember, his girl was big on the
That's
big swole.
That's not Shelton. That's Cedric.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he
Matter of fact, I don't mean to cut you off. Shelton,
no, go ahead, bro.
He even confirmed it. When Chris Van Fleet asked him, he was like, "I don't even know this dude. What do you mean you don't want me? I'm not trying to take your shine. What do you mean you don't want me here?" He even acknowledged.
That's exactly what Max said. Max said he ain't want the nigga to come there. He like, we got a bunch of dudes on the roster already. He a WWE guy. They gonna push him right away.
Tired of that.
Like, it ain't enough TV time for all us as it is. He gonna come and take my TV time. Like, no, I don't want his ass to come here.
See, Tony thinking 3 shows, but them 3 shows is dubs. Like, them other 2 shows is dubs. Like, only thing worth watching is Dynamite, if anything, if you're gonna watch AEW.
Really watchable.
Yeah, that
Rampage
shit is.
Their pay-per-views, that's it, and I don't pay for them. That's the only reason I watch it.
But real quick, cause I want to mention this, right? And this is a big thing in wrestling. Like, when people say, like, "Oh, great, I don't want him to," like, you know, just like you said about the brother that said that he don't want him here because he's a WWE guy, and we all know how this all goes. When you're a guy from WWE, you're the guy that gets treated more better than anybody else that's already been here or paid the way here. It's like, come on. And I mean, I get it because TNA has been doing that for the longest. But the problem is, let's be real about one thing though. Everybody, like, look, we're fans of wrestling. We're talking about the potential that they could have had. So what you think they're not listening? You think they're not listening? They're not seeing the vision that these guys could really have, the major impact they could have had when they were there? That's why they're clicking up on it, because they see that shit. They see it just like we do. And that's why I'm so pissed off, because it's like, y'all wasted these guys' time in more cases than not on some BS, and it's not even worth it's not even worth what they got out of it. Really, in some cases, for some of them, it was just all right. So that's why I'm like, you know, you gotta look at it, because I think, again, we all knew Drew. He was Drew when he was back there in WWE the first time. We all know he was supposed to be chosen. Vince McMahon said it himself. He was going to be the next guy up. And then what happened? They threw him under the bus. Now he went to the indie scene, got bigger, got ripper. He became more popular. Next thing you know, he sold. But the thing is, he didn't just jump over there to TNA and all the other things. He went back down to the indie scenes, rolled up, ironed up, and next thing you know, next time you see him, oh yeah, that boy right there, he looking like a killer.
Crazy.
Yeah, but Vince ended up being right either way, though.
That's true. But
I said, but Vince McMahon ended up being right about him in the end. He is that guy.
But that's true. Yeah, no, that's facts. But that's my whole point. But my thing is, he wasn't that guy in the industry at that time. He was supposed to be that guy while there.
Nah, Vince said he was the future of the business. Vince said he was going to be a future world champion. And
You're right, but there's my point. He wasn't a future with them. He wasn't a future with them as far as just in that time when he had his contract there, though. That's what I'm saying. Because at the height of his first run with WWE, he only had the IC title and maybe the tag titles at that time with the 3MB.
Yeah,
that's all he had at that time.
Cody Rhodes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They did him right when he come back. That was a good thing, but that's it.
And you got Jack. You got Jack, too. Changed the physique. That's what changed, too. Changed that physique. That's what got him pushed.
That's a fact.
But he got jacked. If it wasn't getting jacked, he wouldn't got pushed.
Nah, he wouldn't. Yeah, that's true.
He changed that physique. He got jacked. That's why he got pushed.
You got to remember, I always said that he came in the game like he had the Triple H physique. He had the Hunter Hearst Helmsley physique. And see how Hunter didn't get pushed until he got jacked? Same thing with Drew.
Got on that's why. Keep it a buck, man. Them boys start eating the Mexican vitamin.
But see, but that's the problem, right? But see, that's the problem with wrestling that under Vince, I truly hate because you lost people because of that. You lost Eddie Guerrero because of that. You lost Chris Benoit because of that shit. All because you didn't want to sell them because they weren't Mr. Big and Muimako. The fuck?
I blame that shit on Kevin Nash, though. He called them boys vanilla midgets. Vanilla midgets. That's when they got on that gas. That's when they got on that gas.
And that was that fuck shit too. I'm like, bro.
Yo, bro, you gotta stop with the F-bombs. You gotta stop with the F-bombs.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to build, YouTube.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry. But that's my whole point. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it becomes such a very niche thing because it's like Eddie was sellable, regardless, big or small. Granted, yes, you want him to be compatible. I ain't gonna lie. If Eddie was what he was in WCW and still around that same physique, yeah, he wouldn't be able to compete with Brock Lesnar the way he was at that point in time when he was competing with Brock Lesnar and he was looking more muscular. I get that. But there has to be a nuance. Y'all not selling real wrestling. Y'all selling wrestling with a script. Like, stop.
That's a fact, though.
Man, of course they got to get on the gas. If the owner of the company in his 50s and he more jacked than you, it's like, come on, man. You gotta do something.
Now with Vince,
yo, hold on, guys. We gotta wrap this show on up, and we up to my guy Toxic Ring Scandals. My guy, give me your closer, bro, so we could go on and get out of here.
It sucks that Bobby we didn't get a last match with Brock Lesnar. I know it's one of the main, if not the reason why he re-signed with WWE when he came back. So that didn't happen. So ain't no we can do about that at this point. He's out of there. Bobby, as far as where he goes to, more likely a TNA, like you guys said earlier. AEW last resort. MMA, I doubt it because of his age. Highly doubt that. So it's not best for him to do that. To do that when you get older. Ask CM Punk. Other than that, though, Bobby Lashley, he's gonna be solid. But to be brutally honest, he only gonna get, if he do gonna come, he'll get one more run. Considering how long he's been in the game, I can't see an almost 50-year-old man being pushed throughout the whole company. This is not 10 years ago when he went to TNA. He became a 4-time TNA World Champion. He was younger. So I don't see that happening this time around. You know, if he's on the downside, he's gonna be more of the downside of his career after the next few years. We don't see too many 50-year-olds get a push, and if they do, their name is Adam Copeland. They jumping off the cage and jumping up their chair two figures like an idiot. No, you shouldn't be doing that at your age. So it is what it is. I don't see him getting pushed like that. That's the point I'm making. But other than that, though, I wish him good luck and MVP good luck. You know, he's playing with Bobby, and that's all I gotta say.
That's crazy, yo. Bobby is gonna be alright, yo. Bobby know he not gonna lock himself in no long-term deal at 47 years old. And which means we'll see Bobby back at one of them Saudi Arabia shows. Trust me, we'll see, right? Cause them Saudi dudes, they be wanting the dead wrestlers to come out of the grave. So if they say they want Bobby, they gonna get Bobby.
Anything.
Yeah, that's the only reason I say AEW too, because Tony Khan will pay him max dollars to wrestle least dates, and for him at 47, that might be appealing for him. You know what I mean? Because that WWE schedule is crazy.
Yeah, right. Because if it's about money, then he might as well stay. If he gonna go to TNA, he might as well stay in WWE. If he leaving because of the money, because remember he quitting, y'all. He quit.
Yeah, he leaving.
He's leaving. He's good on money. I don't think Bobby needs.
Yeah, I don't think it's about money for him. But at the end of his career, I mean, why not take the big payday to wrestle less dates? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's the last one of his career, major run.
Yeah.
I don't see a guy that's almost 50 about to be pushed at the top face of the company. I really don't. We don't see that happen.
Because that's exactly why Adam Copeland went over there. It's like, shit, go take max dollars for less dates. Yeah, I go ahead and sign over here.
Yeah, you see Mercedes, you see Miss Monet. Miss Monet, she just make it look obnoxious though. She blows it up. She made it look. She made it hot. She made it hot.
He overpaid for her, man. In my opinion, he overpaid.
Way overpaid. Well overpaid. But yeah, Bobby other than that gonna be solid. The only thing I don't see him back, if he do, he'll get inducted to the Hall of Fame. That's the only thing I'll see him come back. He may, if he don't go to TNA, they're gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. That's the only thing I see happening next with him. They'll do that for him.
All right, now guys, one last quick go around just to market your channels, guys. All right, so I'm gonna pull y'all up solo dolo. Just market your channels, market anything you got, and we gonna get on out of here, y'all. Appreciate everybody that came and tuned into the show tonight. Appreciate the whole panel. Appreciate you guys. Probably try to do one of these every Friday night, 10 o'clock after SmackDown. I don't know. Who knows? I ain't gonna promise nothing. But appreciate you guys, nonetheless.
I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. KD, starting with you, TBK.
All right, my wrestling channels is Toxic Waste Scandal, aka KDH, backstage stories behind the scenes of wrestling. Check that out. Got my main channel, Red Carpet Ring. Do reviews of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and other shows, and the PLEs and pay-per-view. And then I got another wrestling channel, new one for the women's division. That's Pink Square Circle. If you're interested in women's wrestling, past, current, future. So let you guys know that. But that's all the channels I have. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I might have to check that one out, bro. I didn't know you had the Pink channel, John.
Yeah, I just started. Yeah, I had that for about going on 2 months. So yeah, Pink Square Circle. Yeah, it's a new one.
I'm gonna check it out when we get off here.
Oh no, it's all good. I appreciate it, man. It's good talking to you guys on the panel. Yeah, good talking to you guys on the panel. That's all the channels I got. I don't want to take too much time.
No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, KD. Zill, man, you up next, man. Market your channel, market your brand.
All right, well, you know, it's Zilla TV, bro. And we talk about wrestling over there, too. And I do it my way. You know, I like to talk about it. But as of right now, I don't have any videos up. This part of the channel is destroy and rebuild. So I'm about to come back bigger and better this time. And do my channel a little bit differently, you know what I mean? But you can go over there and sub. It's still up. You know what I mean? I
What's
ain't take
up?
the channel down. I just took a lot of videos down. But like I say, probably next week after, we'll get back to it and start fresh, new, but with the same type of content. Ain't nothing gonna be too different. Just gonna take it a little bit more seriously this time over there. So you can go over there and subscribe in advance, and you'll be getting some notifications soon with the heat, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Unhinged, you up next, man. Market your stuff, man.
Unhinged main event Fro. We be over there, man, just doing a lot of mostly WWE at the moment. We do reviews, open panels. Also, I have a weekly wrestling conversation where I just go through storylines, or maybe each wrestling we just do a deep breakdown on them, on the topic. It'd be like 10 topics. We'll do a good breakdown on it. And I also do like Tubi movie reviews. That's on my Dr. Frizzle channel. So if you're into movies and stuff like that, go over there. We go live, talk about movies.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. And Wally, last but certainly not least, the color commentary of the show. Support, market your stuff, my guy.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show. Right now, I don't have that channel ready up yet, so pretty much, if you want to hear my takes, you can pretty much find me on Unhinged with Main Event. I'm pretty much his co-host in a way.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. That's how I found you guys, man. And y'all got a great show over
Check
there.
y'all guys out, man. I'm gonna definitely check y'all out, bro. I like
You got
y'all.
a great show going over there. Great show. Y'all always be catching me on a wake up, boy. I be up early, so y'all be at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I be like, okay, they still on? Let me go on there. But yeah, man. All right, guys, I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. I appreciate y'all again. You know what I mean? Appreciate my chat. Appreciate y'all for showing up and popping out for us. We're going to grow this channel like we grew the others. Salute to y'all. Yeah, those of y'all coming from the Brutally Honest Good Bread channel, do know we got that email, so that plaque is on its way. That silver play button is on its way. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time, guys.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal. No lie, he's wild in there.